Yo, as always, like, share, subscribe. Now let's just get into it. So I wanted to do a video about the Super Bowl matchup because I like to break down matchups, and this is a very intriguing matchup. And you can see the sign in the back. You know who I'm riding with. I'm riding with Brady, even though Kansas City does have some Michigan players. But of course, the Super Bowl is this Sunday, 6:30, CBS. And I'm going to run over some stats, and I'm going to get into what I really think. So Patrick Mahomes, he's got 4,700 yards, 38 TDs, 6 picks. Brady has 4,600 yards, 40 TDs, 12 picks. And the leading rushers are Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's got 800 yards, 4 TDs. Ronald Jones leads Tampa Bay in rushing with 978 yards, 7 TDs. And receiving, Travis Kelce leads Kansas City with 1,400 yards, 11 TDs. Mike Evans leads the Bucs with 1,000 yards and 13 TDs. Now, these teams are very similar in certain ways. They both put up about 22 points a game. On defense, Tampa Bay has the number one rushing defense, and that's a big thing. That's a big deal. So what I'm thinking with this game, I'm trying to figure out how Tampa Bay can keep up with Kansas City. Kansas City is number one in total offense, even though they both score around the same amount of points a game. So the only way I can see Tampa Bay keeping up with Kansas City in this game is, one, Kansas City has almost their whole offensive line is out. They're playing pretty much all backups on the offensive line. So that's going to be big for JPP, Barrett, and Ndamukong Suh and all these dudes to get a pass rush. You have to get a pass rush on a great passer like Patrick Mahomes. You have to be able to get to him and make him uncomfortable. And not only if you get there or with 4 or you blitz, you have to get him down, because Buffalo got to him, but they would get there, but they would miss the tackle. He would okey doke him and then complete a big throw. So it's paramount that Tampa Bay, if they blitz or get there with 4, they actually have to get him to the ground, because teams have gotten there, but they didn't get him to the ground. So that's the big thing. And not only that, you can't play one-on-one man with Tyreek Hill. You just can't do it. He torched Tampa Bay the first game by being in one-on-one coverage, and he just lit them up. You can't, because you try to play tight man coverage, you try to get a jam, and if you miss him, you're done. Even if you do get a slight jam, once he gets his speed going, all Patrick Mahomes needs is the time. So it's going to be paramount that they have safety help over the top. You're going to have to double coverage it. He's going to have to be in double coverage. If not, you're going to have to play a zone. And sometimes I might rush 3 and drop 8 in the coverage. And I'm going to be rushing 4. I would be very wary to blitz this team. Now, on offense for the Bucs, one, you can't turn over the ball. You can't turn it over. Now, if you turn it over, you have to hold them to 3. If they're scoring touchdowns and they get clicking, it can get ugly fast against this team. It can get ugly very fast. The best bet for Tampa Bay is to get out, score points, and score touchdowns early and often. Because even if you get up, Kansas City has been in this position all last year in the playoffs. They got down. So they get down, and then they'll score 20-something in a quarter. They'll score 21 in a quarter, 24 in a quarter. So you were up 17 or 21, and all of a sudden you're down 24-21. This team is that good. Once they start clicking, it's very demoralizing for the defense. So that being said, Tampa played them, and after they lost to them, it kind of changed Tampa's season. Where I don't think Tampa lost after they played them. They ran off like 5 or 6 straight or something like that. So it's going to be crucial for them to do these things. Now, you also another way to even the playing field is to run the ball. Kansas City's run defense isn't that good. They give up 122 a game. So, with that being said, Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette, Tampa is going to need to move the chains by running the ball, having a steady and good running game. Because when you're running the ball, that's time off the clock. So Patrick Mahomes and the offense is on the sideline waiting to get on the field. So I know Tampa's offense, anybody that watches Tampa and knows Tampa, they do big play offense, which I don't really care for with Brady. I'd rather dink and dunk. Honestly, for this game, the old Brady offense in New England would be a better fit for this game, dinking and dunking, because you can keep Patrick Mahomes on the sideline. But this Bruce Arians offense is a big play offense. So they're going to take their shots, but I've seen Byron Leftwich, who's the offensive coordinator, get kind of in a rhythm where he sees you have to have the running game in the postseason. You have to be able to run the ball. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him try to establish the run way more, and he's been doing that a lot lately. So you're probably going to see him try to establish the run more to make it harder on them, not only on Kansas City's offense, but to also take some of the pressure off Brady, because this big play offense it gets to be boom or bust. Okay, we're not hitting the big plays, but we're getting big plays, and or not getting the big plays when it's better to just be consistently moving the ball. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care for this new offense. Brady's put up numbers. He's got the weapons, but I don't really care for it. I'd rather have the Patriots offensive scheme. That's just me, though. But this matchup to me comes down to getting pressure on the Bucs, not turning it over, scoring touchdowns, and running the ball. And on defense, running zones. If you do play man, you have to have safety over the top for Tyreek Hill, and getting pressure on Patrick Mahomes. You must get pressure on him. And the Bucs have a good pass rush. So, and with Kansas City missing some of these offensive linemen, that could play into their favor and make this game a lot different than a lot of people think that it's going to be. Because I know most people are probably picking Kansas City. But that's what I got for this one, y'all. I wanted to do it because this matchup, it really boggled me to see how Tampa Bay can even, make this game close to win. Because nobody's really had any luck stopping the Kansas City offense like that. They've got so many weapons. Patrick Mahomes is so good in the pocket. He's so good outside of the pocket, and he's got a cannon. So he can just back up 15 yards and still make throws that are on time. So it's just a weird and great matchup to me, but the Bucs have to hold them to field goals. If Kansas City is going to get in the red zone, but the difference and this is in any big time championship game, the difference between winning and losing is red zone defense and red zone scoring. Can you keep them from scoring touchdowns? Can you keep them out of the end zone and make them kick field goals? And can you score touchdowns? It was the difference between the Green Bay game. They kicking field goals when they get turnovers, and when Tampa Bay gets a turnover, they're scoring touchdowns. Ball game. So that's a big thing. I don't expect Kansas City to be able to run it on Tampa because nobody's been able to run it on Tampa. Tampa's got the number one rush defense. They got hog mollies. They got fast linebackers, and their safeties come up and they lay wood. So that's all I got for this one, y'all. I'm hoping Brady can pull it out. I'm a Michigan fan. I want to see Brady get that 7th ring. So as always, like, share, subscribe. Go blue. Sneak that in.